Fitting in is superficial, kind of like slipping into a room unnoticed. But the power of belonging is bigger, inclusive, participative. Let me share my screen here and tell you where that quote came from. So Gary Burnison, a guy I follow, is talking about this. He's the CEO at Korn Ferry, leadership guru, and he goes on to say that belonging taps our deepest fundamental needs, wanting to connect, to be loved, to know that what we do matters, to be seen and heard. We talked about this in the other video, just a little bit, the first one. Today, we need to articulate how much every person matters and that they need to belong, what their needs are, and that is to belong. So let's jump in and talk about that. This is our second video in the new Extension Supervisor Training Series, the NEST. And today's topic is on helping folks feel safe, basic psychological needs, and then on diversity, inclusion, belonging. Let's jump in just super fast. I'm going to run through this. And if you want, I would encourage you to come back, look at the PowerPoint, look at some of the resources that I throw. So today's real objectives. I want us to remind ourselves to consider our audiences, our employees, students, whoever it is we're working with, whoever we need to motivate or mentor or coach or even discipline. And most importantly, I just want to throw out there that we need to consider their personhood first, who they are, not what they do. Fundamental difference and quite thought-provoking. So first, Maslow, remember, so we're working with people every day. We're trying to supervise, to coach, to mentor, to encourage or motivate. Well, remember, some folks don't have their base needs met. And so we can't always see this, especially if we're talking via distance or something like that. You might be trying to motivate or coach somebody who's struggling to pay their phone bill, so their mind's in a different place. So Maslow is normal, but when those physiological needs are met, then there can be a shift. And this is the other thing we need to think about. I talk about this in teaching as well. If those physiological needs are met, then other things become bigger. The need for socialization of your team, the need to be safe, to feel safe, particularly maybe in an online or in an office situation where you're working in your county or your EERA. So kind of the bottom line is that motivation conversations can be tricky. So we really need to know thy audience. Who are they? How long they've been around? What's their background, their culture? Where's their brain? Are they present or distracted? And then how could you increase engagement? Maybe moving outside, different things. So it sounds pretty basic, but being deliberate matters. So safety and inclusion consider the whole person. So think about learning styles, ways of knowing. That is how people learn will affect how they receive your coaching, mentoring, motivating, etc. So just really quickly, think about VARC, this is old school. You have visual folks, auditory folks, reading, writing kind of folks. They want to see things written down. They're motivated by reading a book or an article, or the kinesthetic, tactile. They're off moving and doing something. The 8 smarts. I love Kathy Cook's. This is kind of Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences theory out of Harvard, but she sort of reimagined it in a more simple way. That different people react in different ways. So kind of think about this. This needs to be in the back of your minds, or my mind too, when I'm working with people. Bottom line, along with safety and inclusion, diversity matters. Is this the most undiverse slide you can think of? Yeah, that's my point, is to capture your attention maybe with an undiverse slide to say that diversity absolutely matters. Be intentional. Talk about justice. Use language that's inclusive and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. A way to do that, and please forgive me, don't get mad, but I'm gonna hit you. Get some books. Streets of Hope, a great piece on urban neighborhoods. Appalachian Values. My camera's not picking up that much. I just pulled these off my bookshelf. Blind Spot. A lot of you guys have read these. Ibrahim Kendi, How to Be an Anti-Racist. Oh man, Linda Berry. The good times are killing me. Oh my goodness. There's some powerful stuff in the cast, Isabella Robertson, etc. Embrace. If you're not a reader, that's okay. Listen on tape or listen to TED Talks. But you can do a lot. I can do a lot. I'm always trying to learn more. I don't feel like I know enough almost every day. And then don't roll your eyes. I know the iceberg raisin. Are you kidding me? Yeah, because I need this reminder myself because I forget every day. I see this little bit of a person or people. I see this small outward appearance, maybe what they're wearing. Maybe I can guess about different things by looking at them, but it's minuscule compared to what's underneath. And those intrinsic hidden factors and values and beliefs really drive motivation, which is the topic of this. So we need to, again, it's just that reminder to think about those things. Key takeaways, again, this is just a quick reminder. Know your people. What kind of learner are they? How do they receive information? Ourselves, and this was my first video, be vulnerable, transparent, build that trust so folks can feel included and safe. And a way to do that, of course, sharing stories, getting to know people, and listening so you can truly hear those stories. Asking them about their ideas and what motivates them is another piece that can make a big difference. So thank you so much. I hope that's helpful, and we'll see you next time.